Hello and welcome to my channel, your go-to source for the latest in WWE 24. Don't forget to follow and subscribe for all the updates. Let's dive right in. Rhea Ripley appeared on the latest SmackDown to confront Jade Cargill. This marked Mommy's first on-screen interaction with the Storm following her Women's Elimination Chamber match win. A moment from Ripley's entrance stole fans' hearts, where she was seen sporting a special hairpin. During her entrance and the promo segment, Ripley was seen wearing an Io hairpin dedicated to her former tag team partner, Io Sky. It was first revealed when the former world champion flipped her hair back as part of her entrance. You can view Ripley's subtle gesture dedicated to Sky in the pictures below. From being rivals in NXT to capturing tag team gold together on the main roster, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky have come a long way. On the latest edition of Raw, Mommy and the Genius of the Sky effectively ended their partnership. The Eradicator is focusing on her goal to win the WWE Women's Championship, while Sky aims to gain a shot at the Women's Intercontinental title. What did Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill say during their face-off on SmackDown? Jade Cargill started her promo saying that she respected Rhea Ripley. She highlighted how hard the Eradicator worked in the gym before labeling her unimpressive. Cargill claimed that she did the same, but had bigger arms and stronger legs than Ripley. The former Women's World Champion retaliated, saying that Big Jade only had an impressive physique. She admitted that the WWE Women's Champion's shoulders, arms, and legs are bigger than hers. However, Mommy added that Cargill's best shot also couldn't keep her down. Ripley concluded by saying that Jade's physique was aesthetically pleasing, while hers was meant for fighting. With the promo, Mommy seemingly gained the upper hand in the high-profile feud. The two stars will lock horns for SmackDown's biggest prize at WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas next month. When the cameras stopped rolling on the latest episode of WWE SmackDown, fans believed they had already witnessed one of the most intense nights of the week in sports entertainment. However, the biggest talking point didn't come from a brutal match or a dramatic promo. Instead, it came from a quiet and subtle moment involving Rhea Ripley that many fans didn't initially notice. But once the moment surfaced online, the WWE Universe quickly realized that the Eradicator had made a subtle gesture toward her former on-screen partner, and the meaning behind it has sparked massive speculation. What looked like a simple act on television may actually carry a deeper emotional story about loyalty, respect, and the complicated relationships that form inside WWE's biggest storylines. The moment fans almost missed. During a tense segment on SmackDown, Ripley walked down the entrance ramp with her usual intimidating presence. The former Women's World Champion carried herself with confidence as the crowd erupted into loud cheers. However, eagle-eyed fans noticed something interesting when Ripley paused near the ring steps. For just a moment, she looked toward the stage entrance where her former ally once used to stand beside her. Then she made a subtle hand gesture before entering the ring. It lasted less than 2 seconds. But those 2 seconds were enough to ignite speculation across social media. Many fans believe the gesture was a tribute to her former Judgment Day ally Dominic Mysterio, who shared a controversial partnership with Ripley during one of the most talked-about storylines in recent WWE history. The complicated history between Ripley and Dominic. To understand why this small moment matters, fans need to look back at the relationship between Ripley and Dominic. When Dominic aligned himself with the Judgment Day, it was Ripley who helped shape his new persona. Their partnership quickly became one of the most entertaining dynamics in WWE. Ripley often referred to Dominic as Dirty Dom, a nickname that quickly caught on with fans. Their interactions ranged from comedic moments to intense storylines involving betrayal, manipulation, and loyalty. Together they dominated segments on WWE Raw and pay-per-view events. Ripley's intimidating presence combined with Dominic's rebellious character created a pairing that fans either loved or loved to hate. But like many alliances in WWE, the relationship didn't last forever. The split that shocked fans. The partnership between Ripley and Dominic eventually began to crumble when tensions within the Judgment Day started to grow. Conflicts involving Damian Priest, Finn Balor, and the group's shifting leadership created an unstable environment. As storylines evolved, Dominic found himself making decisions that placed him on a different path from Ripley. At one point, the betrayal between allies became so intense that fans wondered if the duo would ever interact again on television. Many believed their partnership had ended permanently. That's why Ripley's subtle gesture on SmackDown has become such a fascinating talking point. Fans began analyzing the gesture. Within minutes of the episode airing, clips of Ripley's moment began circulating online. Fans replayed the scene repeatedly, trying to determine exactly what the gesture meant. Some believe it was a sign of respect for Dominic. Others think it was Ripley acknowledging their history together. There is even a theory that the moment could hint at a future storyline reunion. The WWE Universe loves to decode small details, and Ripley's brief pause provided plenty of material for speculation. WWE's use of silent storytelling. One reason the moment gained so much attention is because WWE often uses silent storytelling to hint at future developments. Rather than directly announcing a storyline, WWE sometimes plants subtle visual cues that only dedicated fans notice. A look, a gesture, a pause. These moments can later become important clues when a storyline unfolds. Ripley's gesture may be part of that tradition. Ripley's emotional side. While Ripley is known for her intimidating persona, fans have also seen glimpses of her emotional side. Behind the dark makeup and fearless attitude is a performer who deeply values the relationships she builds with fellow wrestlers. Over the years, Ripley has shown respect for her opponents and allies alike, often acknowledging them outside of scripted storylines. This makes her subtle gesture even more intriguing. It suggests that Ripley may still hold respect for her former partner, even if their characters have moved in different directions. The reaction from the WWE Universe. Fans immediately flooded social media with their thoughts. Some viewers described the moment as touching. Others interpreted it as Ripley silently acknowledging a chapter of her career that helped define her rise to stardom. One fan wrote that the gesture felt like Ripley saying goodbye to the past. Another believed it was the opposite, a sign that the story between her and Dominic isn't finished yet. Regardless of interpretation, the moment succeeded in getting fans talking. Could a reunion be coming? In WWE, nothing truly ends forever. Former rivals become allies. Former allies become enemies. Because of this, many fans believe Ripley's gesture might be foreshadowing a future reunion with Dominic. If WWE decided to revisit their partnership, it would immediately generate massive attention. The duo created some of the most viral moments in recent WWE programming, and bringing them back together, even briefly, could be a huge storyline. Another possibility, a future rivalry. Of course, a reunion isn't the only possibility. Ripley's gesture might also signal the beginning of a new rivalry. Sometimes WWE uses nostalgic references before launching a major feud. If Dominic were to cross paths with Ripley again under hostile circumstances, the emotional history between them would make the storyline even more compelling. Fans who remember their partnership would instantly feel the tension. Ripley's dominant run in WWE. Regardless of the meaning behind the gesture, one thing remains clear: Ripley continues to be one of the most dominant stars in WWE. From championship victories to headline-stealing matches, she has established herself as one of the most influential performers in the women's division. Her unique blend of strength, charisma, and storytelling ability makes every appearance feel significant. Even a small moment, like the one seen on SmackDown, can become a major conversation. Why fans love Rhea Ripley? Part of Ripley's appeal comes from her authenticity. She doesn't simply perform a character, she embodies it. Whether she's delivering a fierce promo or standing silently in the ring, Ripley commands attention. Fans appreciate that she can convey emotion without saying a single word. The SmackDown gesture is a perfect example. In less than 2 seconds, Ripley created a moment that sparked widespread discussion. What could happen next? If the gesture was intentional storytelling, WWE may expand on it in the coming weeks. Possible directions include a surprise encounter between Ripley and Dominic, a flashback segment acknowledging their past alliance, a storyline where Ripley confronts her former partner, or even a temporary reunion to face a common enemy. Any of these scenarios would instantly capture the attention of the WWE Universe. Ripley's legacy is still being written. At just the peak of her career, Ripley has already achieved more than many superstars dream of. Championship gold. Main event moments. Memorable rivalries. Yet she continues to evolve as a performer. Moments like her SmackDown gesture prove that even the smallest details can add layers to her character. The power of a small gesture. Professional wrestling often thrives on dramatic moments, huge entrances, shocking betrayals, and unforgettable matches. But sometimes the most powerful storytelling happens in silence. Ripley's subtle gesture reminded fans that even the toughest competitors can carry emotional history. Whether it was a tribute, a hint, or simply a personal moment, it resonated with viewers. Final thoughts. The brief moment involving Rhea Ripley on WWE SmackDown may have lasted only a couple of seconds, but it has already become one of the most discussed details of the episode. By acknowledging her past connection with Dominic Mysterio, Ripley reminded fans of the complicated relationships that shape WWE storylines. Whether the gesture was a sign of respect, a hint toward future drama, or simply a quiet reflection, it proved one thing. Even the smallest moment can capture the imagination of the WWE Universe. And if history has taught fans anything, it's this. When Ripley sends a message, even a silent one, it usually means something big could be coming next.